As the saying goes, in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. But what about the ones who don't fit nearly into either category? Introducing Tyrion Lannister, the sharp-tongued and quick-witted dwarf from George R.R. Martin's epic saga, Game of Thrones. Despite being born into one of the most powerful families in Westeros, Tyrion has always been an outsider, mocked and scorned by his own kin for his physical deformities. Yet despite all odds, he manages to carve out a place for himself in the deadly Game of Thrones, using his intelligence, wit, and cunning to survive and thrive. In this character analysis, we dwell into the complex psyche of Tyrion Lannister, exploring his motivations, strengths, and weaknesses, and uncovering what makes him such a compelling and enduring figure in the world of Game of Thrones. Tyrion Lannister is a man who protected himself no matter what, in a show where the night is dark and full of terror, and death might strike you down at any time. In the Lannister family, Tyrion Lannister exemplifies wisdom and compassion. His arc in Season 1 is full of exhilarating escapades, and Joffrey Baratheon names him as Hand of the King. He's accused of killing Joffrey in Season 4, but he outwits his accusers and demands a trial by battle by using his wit and cunning. Tyrion sets off for his trek to Meereen in Season 5, where he runs across Daenerys Targaryen and ends up serving as her advisor. Tyrion's character arc reaches its pinnacle in the final season when he takes on the role of Daenerys, Hand of the Queen. But as Daenerys becomes more cruel and uncontrolled, Tyrion is forced to question his commitment to her, and ultimately betrays her to preserve the kingdom. His life story is a tribute to the ability to change and evolve even in the direst of situations. In the first season, he is introduced as a cunning, quick-witted man who enjoys the pleasures of life and uses his wit to handle different situations. He is also shown to be very cynical and mistrustful of people, especially his family. Despite his sharp mind and good intentions, he is often mistreated and underestimated by his family due to his physical limitations as a dwarf. As the series progresses, Tyrion becomes more empathetic and compassionate towards others. He develops a sense of justice and a desire to help the innocent, which often puts him at odds with his own family. He also becomes more selfless, risking his own safety to protect those he cares about. One of the most significant changes in Tyrion's character occurs in the 4th season when he is put on trial for the murder of King Joffrey. During the trial, he is betrayed by his own family and he realizes that he has no allies left. This experience seems to change him fundamentally and he becomes more serious and introspective. In the final season, Tyrion's character arc comes full circle. He begins the season in a dark place, having lost everything he cares about. However, he manages to find a way to redeem himself by convincing his sister Cersei to surrender and prevent further bloodshed. He then goes on to play a key role in selecting the next ruler of Westeros, showing that he has grown into a wise and responsible leader. Tyrion Lannister, despite being an outcast in his own family and a dwarf, has many positive qualities that make him a beloved character in Game of Thrones, such as intelligence and wit. Tyrion is incredibly intelligent and quick-witted, often using his intelligence to outsmart his enemies and protect himself and his allies. For example, in Season 2, Tyrion creates a plan to defend King's Landing against Stannis Baratheon's attack, ultimately saving the city. Compassion and empathy. Despite being a member of a ruthless family, Tyrion has a strong sense of compassion and empathy for those who are suffering. He often uses his privilege and influence to help those who are less fortunate, such as when he sends Myrcella Baratheon away to Dorne to protect her from Joffrey's cruelty. Loyalty. Despite being mistreated by his family, Tyrion remains fiercely loyal to those he cares about. He risks his life to defend King's Landing and later becomes a loyal advisor to Daenerys Targaryen. Political acumen. He drinks and knows things about politics and is able to navigate complex power dynamics. He serves as Hand of the Queen to Daenerys and later advises Jon Snow, demonstrating his ability to make sound decisions and strategic moves. Despite his positive qualities, Tyrion Lannister also has negative sides that have been displayed throughout the series, like alcoholism and sex addiction. Tyrion is known for his love of wine and women. While this may seem harmless, his excessive drinking and sleeping around have gotten him into trouble numerous times. For instance, he's captured by Catelyn Stark in the first season after he was found in a brothel. Manipulative. Tyrion is a master manipulator and uses his wit to get what he wants. He has a talent for reading people and knows how to play them to his advantage. For example, he tricks Lysa Arryn into letting him go by confessing to a crime he didn't commit. Impulsive. Tyrion is impulsive and makes decisions based on his emotions, leading to mistakes such as when he confronts Joffrey and murders his father. He is also self-pitying and often feels like an outcast, as shown when he tells Jon Snow that all dwarfs are bastards in his father's eyes. Arrogance. Tyrion is aware of his intelligence and sometimes becomes arrogant because of it. He belittles people who thinks are below him and acts superior. For instance, he constantly insults his sister Cersei and even his own nephew Joffrey. The shady characteristics of Tyrion Lannister make him the most beloved character in the series. He has a unique combination of qualities that have won the hearts of viewers. He has a way of using humor to diffuse tense situations, and his sharp tongue often gets him out of trouble. His clever one-liners and sarcasm are always on point and provide some of the most memorable moments in the show. Despite his physical limitations as a dwarf, viewers can't help but root for him as an underdog. He's incredibly intelligent and resourceful, and he has a way of turning the tables on his enemies. Tyrion is often portrayed as one of the few characters on the show with a strong moral compass. He's willing to stand up for what he believes in, even if it means going against his own family or risking his own safety. His moral principles are evident when he stands up against the atrocities committed by his own sister, Cersei Lannister, and later on when he helps Daenerys Targaryen liberate the slaves of Meereen. Over the course of the series, Tyrion goes through a redemption arc. He starts off as a hedonistic, self-centered character, but he gradually becomes more empathetic and compassionate, particularly towards the end of the series when he's fighting for the greater good. Finally, a significant part of Tyrion's appeal comes down to Peter Dinklage's brilliant performance. Dinklage brings life and depth to the character that is unmatched by any other actor on the show. We hope you enjoyed our exploration of your favorite character from one of the most anticipated TV series ever. What did you think of Tyrion's character? Do you have a favorite moment or quote from him? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more analysis and discussion on your favorite TV shows and movies. Thanks for watching. Vala Mogulis.